Can y'all hear me? Hey guys. How you guys doing? Can you hear me? Cool. Hey, hi Greg. No video. Can't see me? Still can't see me, ah? Why like that? Why? There's white noise. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Hi guys. Can you all hear me? Should be okay, right? Yeah, you're gonna hear a little bit of noise because my air conditioning is here, so I'm gonna put it down to low. It's good to see you guys here, man. Hi Tom, how are you, mate? It's good to see you, Greg. Yeah. Hi Alvin. Hi Detlef. Hi Guitar Ray. Okay, you can see me now. Good. Johnny Zombie. Yes. How are you? B Zonderval. Yeah, I can see you. You know, right now I have problem like watching you. Seeing your chat because it's so small and so minute that I gotta go like So now I have it on iPad, so it's so big, can't miss it. Right. Only thing is I have to prop it up such a way that I can see you guys clear. No. Okay. Hi Lefty. Hi Dwight. Air conditioning. What's that? Yeah, right. I stay in Singapore, right? So it's like every day is like 33, 34. Today it rained for a while. It was good. Yeah. It's hot. Ah, you found my channel. All right. Hope you're enjoying the channel. Yes, Tom, you got it right this time. Oh. If you need me to kind of like pay attention to what you're typing, you just have to type down Jonathan Cole, and it would like light up in yellow, so I know that you're talking to me. Because you guys talk about yourself all the time, so sometimes, I'll miss out like certain questions. Right. Yeah, I'm late. It's like 1 a.m. I just finished teaching. My last student was about 10 p.m. Yeah, took a bit of shut eye, lay on the bed for a while, woke up, you know. Already, Dwight, where are you from, Dwight? Now you guys have started. Hold on. Yeah, right. So what? let's get it out of the way, right? So welcome. We'll just do what we want to do. You can call me John if you want, Jonathan if you want to, don't matter. So great. Your question is, what make of guitar strings do I prefer for acoustic? You recently tried John Pierce and they sound great, but always interested to hear what others use. Oh, right. Um, I'm a cheapskate. I don't believe in spending too much money because I change guitar strings quite often, especially when I'm doing a session. So for acoustic guitars, I would just use the normal DL Darius 012s or 013s, like what I mentioned in the last stream. On my Martin D35, I strung it with a 013. On my Taylor GS Mini is on 013s, but the rest of the guitars are in 012s. Right. Guitar radio in Perth. I have a lot of friends in Perth. Yeah, a lot of Singaporeans are in Perth. Oh, cool. David, you check AliExpress to find a standard guitar copy. Can you suggest me a reliable brand? Until now, I saw Grout and NK. No, I have no experiences with, with you know, with guitar makers in China. I'm actually in touch with a guy in China. He's doing what's this brand called? 世界, SHIJE something. Apparently there's some reports of it in the YouTube. It's a friendly guy in China, so I called him up, and yeah, he was thinking of sending me a Telecaster over, like after all this COVID-19. Maybe it's time for me to give him another call. Well, they have great guitars, Fender copies and stuff like that, but really well made, good components, good materials. So, well, just give it a try and see what happens. All right. Hi, Alan. How are you? How are you doing? Uh, Johnny Zombie, do you like some hard rock or even heavy metal bands? Hard rock, yes. Heavy metal, no, not so. You know, well, that again, it's like those times are like kind of over and done with. Nowadays, I hear different kinds of music, different sorts of music. Yes, Tom. Yes, I like Manhattan Transfer. Well, the fact of the matter is that, yeah, actually, the topic today is about the albums that you guys like, So we're gonna talk a little bit about this. Manhattan Transfer is an interesting group because of their vocal prowess, right? They're so good at their vocal harmonies, and it's the harmonies that gets me, and the fact that they are singing in jazz, the old standard jazz and some of the new arrangements. But what really got me about Manhattan Transfer was the producer. Jay Graydon actually produced the album that I featured, and there were a whole lot of good guitar parts in it. And you guys haven't checked out that album, go and check it out. Look for the song Twilight Tone. It's gonna blow your mind because the guitar solo there is like out of this world. Right? Yes, Alvin, it's almost 1 p.m. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I told you guys to bring the beer. What happened to the beer? Straw Pete. This Harley Benton 335 copy is really interesting. I'm trying to get my Tokai 335 back after I reviewed that what guitar was that? The Heritage, right? The Heritage Red 335 copy. That was a great guitar, but so expensive, And I'm trying to bring back my Tokai because I kind of miss my Tokai, and I'm trying to ask Harley Benton to kind of like, maybe pass me a 335 copy of their Harley Bentons. That would be nice. That would be neat. What do you all think? You all think I should try and review one? Hmm. Oh, you guys still have Wendy's over there. We used to have a Wendy, but it's kind of like gone. No more. Okay, hold on. Um. Cool. I'm glad that you guys are doing well. Yeah. What's my preferred locking tuners for HP? For Harley Benton's, their own their own brand. They actually in Toman they actually sell Harley Benton locking tuners. I bought a set and I installed it in my black paisley. Works like a dream, and minimal work. It took me like 15 minutes to kind of install the whole thing. There's no drilling, nothing like that. Yeah, Tom, great harmonies. They kind of changed a couple of the members, but the original manual transfer was so good. No, David, I haven't built a guitar kit for Harley Benton yet. As I mentioned in the other stream, the previous stream, I'm just too lazy to. Yeah. Will you buy your Streetmaster again, or just go straight to your D28? I would, I don't have a D28. I have a D35. Okay, the fact of the matter is that since you guys are here, just right. The fact of the matter is that I bought the Streetmaster. I fell in love with it. I bought it home. I was planning to keep that guitar, and then I played on the D35. Now a D35 costs like Singapore dollars, about nearly $4,000. It's about 3,006 or 7. I forgot. But then I have a discount because of my affiliation with City Music. But I didn't want to spend another $3,000 over, so I kind of like chose the boss that whether I can just kind of exchange it, in a way. So I gave back the Streetmaster and I kept the D35. That was what happened. In case you're wondering whether I still had the Streetmaster, no, I do not have the Streetmaster anymore. It's a great guitar though. I would buy it again if I have the funds. It's totally different from the D35. Totally different. It's so responsive. The whole guitar is so responsive, coming from the fact that it's mahogany, right? And yeah, pretty interesting. You guys got hamburgers. Yeah, cool. McDonald's closed in Singapore, so so there's no McDonald's anywhere in Singapore because of a COVID-19 case, in a couple of COVID-19 cases in their premises. So they kind of like stop operation for a long time now. I think this is like the third week going. Yeah, they're gonna open up again, but we still have Burger King, so it's not too bad. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the Harley Bentons are, they are flooding the market in a way. It's good and bad. I think they are great guitars, but I've heard, I know for a fact that a lot of customer would kind of return the guitars. Some of them will just buy 3 for the same make. Thinking in the off chance that any one of these 3 might be deformed or or spoiled or damaged. So they'll buy 3 and then they'll return 2. So I think it's bad. It's a bad thing to do. We're talking about integrity here. So, and I know Harley Benton, I know Thomann has a real good return policy. So far, my experiences with them have been great. There are mics that I bought, mandolins that I bought that are that didn't work, and I kind of told them about it. Took photos. They need proof, right? They need audio and visual proof. So they sent me another one. And I kept the ones that are damaged, without even asking me to bring it to send it back, because it costs a bomb from Singapore to send the damaged item back to Germany. So we oh, Tom, you have the JB restriction on certain countries. Singapore is one of them, so they're not selling anything here for the time being. So it's Canada, so they've kind of like limited or maybe stop all shipments to Canada. That's what I heard, right? So don't take my word as what, do I have Taco Bell? I wish we had Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. I love Mexican food. No, we don't have Taco Bell here. Well, we have Mexican food, but they're so expensive. I play 90% of my music, hand Marvin style, and thinking of buying the Echo, but the sound is perfect. Can you give me an advice? Well, John, I'm not too familiar with stuff that Hank Marvin plays in the Shadows, but you can, if you're buying a Echo unit, there's a lot in the market. You just need to kind of like try it out in the shops, and if you're far away from a shop, then maybe after this COVID-19 situation, pay yourself a visit to one of the shop that has effects, and don't go for the branded stuff. Just get something that works for you. I know it's a bit intimidating because there are so many brands out there. Before this whole episode, I used to hang around in some of the shops in Singapore, and I used to see all these boutique pedals, and I'm going like, why do they have so many pedals? And not all of them are good, and they're all overpriced. So, yeah. So my advice is, if you're looking for a pedal, like for example, a good Echo, you can probably get a used one if you know what you want to get a used one from eBay. You know, some of this what's that? It's like Reverb, right? Sometimes they have like secondhand ones, and sorry, John, can't help you there. Alvin, I'm wondering about the tuners on Harley Benton's. Are they good? That SE you played? They're okay, not the best. When we're talking about tuners, tuners are what you're gonna use almost every time you pick up a guitar and play. Every time you pick up a guitar, you have to like tune a guitar. So there's ratios in it, and the higher ratio, the better it is. So you will want to pick up a set of tuners that are kind of stable, and there are a couple of brands out there that are really good, like Gotos. If you're looking for real expensive ones, there are those too. But I don't think you need to pay that price for a real expensive set of tuners. Just get ones that are that are well made, like Gotos, and make sure that the ratio is just nice. Because sometimes when you're tuning a guitar, like certain little thing, just minute differences. Sometimes you have bad tuners that when you just when you are like the whole thing will just run just by touching the thing, and that's a bad set of tuner. I would change a set of tuners in a jiffy, right? So far, all the Harley Benton tuners are okay. They're not the best, but they work. About the tuners, yeah, okay. Yeah. JB Phillips. Oh, I love that name. I have a JB Phillips Bible somewhere. Best version. Ever tried an all-in-one electric guitar FSG model, which is great? Sounds as good as my Gibson Les Paul. An all-in-one guitar, yes. I have a Variax under my bed. A Line 6 Variax. That's an all-in-one guitar. That was the first version of the Variax that Line 6 came out, and it was made in Japan. Beautiful guitar, easy to play. Weigh a ton because of the innards, the electronic innards. Great guitar to use when you're playing a musical. For a show, so because it's heavy. And I think the worst thing is the lag that it has. And this is the first generation. Now they have the new ones, which are pretty good. So those are a whole lot of improvement over the last ones. Okay, good luck with your tomato salad. Alright, Tomasz Sawicki, I pronounce it right, in Poland. Cool. Any other guitar brand that you consider equal or better than Harley Benton, including the ones in the China market? Like I said, I'm not really familiar with the various brands that are available in AliExpress or there are a whole lot of guitar makers out there. I go up to China a lot when I do a lot of concerts, and these guys are crazy. They have like great amplifier builders. And these guys, how Chinese are. They will copy the crap out of a product, and they will like go in depth, tear out every part, know what is inside, and then they try to duplicate it in the best way possible. And some of these amplifiers are really good. I had a couple of musician friends, sessionists, and they endorse certain amplifiers that are made in China. I didn't want to get into it because I didn't want to get into the whole situation of trying to have endorsement from them and stuff like that. Because I'm not really a high gain amp person, and all these are all high gain amps. New metal head will love it. They have like the Bogner copies, and some of them are even better than the Bogner amp. So it's quite. I know it's an overstatement in many ways, but some of it is pretty true. And they have great technology. The only thing about the Chinese in China is that they have all this technology, they have all this know-how, they have all this capability and materials to kind of copy and mimic a Fender amp, whatever amps they should be for, you know. And all they know are the rock stuff, the heavy metal stuff, because that's what sells, I guess, in China. There are a lot of metal bands in China, mind you, and I've seen a couple of them. They're pretty good. So they are lacking in that area, but give them a couple more years and they'll catch up. They're real fast. Oh, you're talking about all-in-one guitars. You mean the brand all-in-one? Sorry, I thought. Yeah, I haven't checked out yet. Haven't checked out. Ever use a camper? No, Joe, I have not used a camper. I'm a one pedalboard man. Yeah, I'm always faithful to the Line 6 stuff. Camper, yeah. I guess the thing is the cost. I'm very pragmatic because I'm a working musician. I don't like to overspend too much on my gear. In fact, I bought the Helix after a long time, like after 4 years of it being released, or maybe 3.5, 4 years. I didn't jump in to buy a Helix straight off when it was released because it was so overpriced at the time. At that time, it was going for like $2,000 USD, maybe more than that. I don't know. So I know about Line 6 because I've been a customer for Line 6 for many years, and I know that every time they come out with a new product, the price will drop every year. So I kind of waited because I was happy with my X3, my Line 6 X3. So I was in a rush. I wasn't in a rush. Yeah, Benson tuners are good. Yeah, Tom, you're right. All right. Bye, Greg. Happy Mother's Day. Hi, Rolly. Ciao, signor Peroni. Come sta? Bene? Bene. Orient Quest. Uncle, what's your tuning process? What's my tuning process? What do you mean my tuning process? Like how I tune my guitars? Are Japanese Fender Strats worth the money over Squire? Over Squires? Um, I think so. In my opinion, right? I think the Japanese Strats are sometimes, in fact, most of the time, better than any MIM made in Mexico, or definitely over any Squire Strat. The Japanese Strats are really well made. They are really perfectly made. I love the stuff that's coming out from Fender Japan. They're really good. Which effects do you use on your standard rock, fusion, lead tone, reverb, delay? Okay, you guys want to hold on first. Hold on first. Just give me a second. I'm gonna answer Johnny Zombie, and I think it might help some of you guys because I actually had this prepared, but didn't want to do this until I'm asked to. Just hold up. All right. Hold on, eh? Okay, Todd. Take care. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna work. It worked for me the last time, so should be video capture. No, it's not video capture. Hold on, just give me a second. Should be under display capture. Yeah, add source. Okay, cool. So I hope you can see this. Right, can you see this? Can you see this? Can you all see this? Hi QAM. Okay, cool. So this is the Line 6 Helix Native. So you're asking me about which effects I use on my standard rock. So this is my standard rock tone. This is where I do all my solo, right? Basically what I have is just a compressor here, right here. Can you see this? This is the first effect on the chain. This is a compressor. So this is dependent on how I want it. I'll talk a little bit of this as I go along. Okay, compressors are an essential part in my chain effects, so to speak, because I have the compressors on all the time, and depending on which preset I'm going after. This is a rock preset, right? So I need it to be really compressed in such a way where it delivers enough solid output to the amp, but yet not overly compressed until I do not have any dynamics going on. I still need the dynamics, but I want it to be relatively compressed. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, right? So after the compressor, it goes to my wah. So this is a setup of how my helix will actually look, because I have the expression pedal which I can set to a wah if I want to. All right, and then it goes to my amp. In this case, in this case, I have two amps, as you can see, one amp here and one amp here. So I'm actually running a bi-amp setup where I have a split here. So the signal goes in here. One side will go here. I actually pan it left and right. So left will go in here. The right will go this way down to this amp. Right, it will go to this amp. So the left amp will be a solo lead, and the right amp will be a German Madahava. These are like our simulation of boutique amps, right? And I'm using IRs, right, impulse responses. So I'm not using the cabinets that they come with, right? So these are all by like left, right, two different amps, two different cabinets out, and then they join back here again into a overall EQ. Like I want to have the opportunity to kind of shape the sound post amp. So if it's after post amp, if it's like too dark, I can just brighten up a bit if I want to. Then I have the time based units. So I have like the Helix Native, or the Helix actually give me a good selection of time based units to choose from. So I have one pitch shift here, which I can actually do like a synth sort of sound. Then I have a simple pitch shift, which I want to kind of like emulate a sound that is synonymous with J gradient, the kind of doubling thing going on. It's pretty subtle, but it works. And then I have my volume pedal, and then I have my delays, which I'm just using one simple delay. And you can see my my settings here. I don't have the delay really loud, but just enough to hear. My experiences with delays, especially on stage, is that I had to set up to a pretty loud level in order to have it come through to the main house. Sometimes when you're like, now I'm setting like 26%, right? You can see here is 26%. That's because I'm using this in my DAW, in my digital audio workstation. So it's in the studio context. But on the stage, you may just want to exaggerate that delay level a little bit. So I brought it up. And then I had the reverb. So the reverb, there's a whole lot of reverbs to choose from. I just chose a simple chamber reverb because I didn't want to get too complicated, like putting a plate reverb in there. Just want a simple reverb, and that's it. And this is my solo setup. I hope this helps. Right? Any questions before I exit this? Okay. RG Paragon. Good guitar suggestion of for indie genre. what, electric or acoustic? Uh, Stephen Fratello, you're saying what? Do I have a guitar equipped with a flight rose? Yes, I have. Actually, I had two. One was missing. One went missing. That was the Luke, the Ernie Ball Music Man Luke. He had a flight rose, and I have another one, which is a Fender made in Mexico. What's that? Sambora, Richie Sambora model. Yeah, and that had a flight rose in it. Hi Jay. Hi son. Sorry. Who was asking about? Hi Gwenta. Orion Quest. Yes. Do you use any system tuning, system offset? I still don't get what you mean. Like different tunings, like D tunings, open E, or you or we. I don't actually do all that. Mine just standard tuning, 440, sometimes 441, depending on the situation. No, I don't use open tunings. In fact, in my live work, sometimes I would use like open D for some of my acoustic works. If I'm playing slide, sometimes I might just dabble in open E so that I can do slide easier. You know. But I tend to kind of like stay away from open tunings when it comes to slide because I'm always thinking like I might have to do the same thing on stage, so you don't want to carry too many guitars. So I'll probably use one guitar for the rest of the show, and I don't want it's going to be hard like to have like open tunings and then tune back again. So I try to play slide on standard tuning. Or if I have a Variax, then that's a different thing because on the Variax you can just depress a button and everything will go to your tunings that you program it for. You can have open D, open E, whatever you want to do. Right? Crazy technology these days. Okay, so what other questions do you have? Oh no. Okay, my iPad just died on me. See now, where's my chat? Restore chat. Okay. Wait, give me a second. How you doing, Jay? Is everything okay at home? Ian, I normally use like 3.1. That's the highest I would go for guitars. And for vocal, I would use like maybe higher ratios. I know sometimes as high as 7.1, 8.1. But the ratio is just a ratio. Like I could use a 3.1 ratio for my lead sound, but it's the threshold. How much you're gonna compress that signal. That is the important part of it, right? So yeah, for me it's about 3.1. Mm. Good lord, this is the same question, MJ. If I had to sell all my guitars except for one, which would I keep and why? Yeah. That's like I would know. That's the one tough question which I would not answer. Yeah, it pains me to answer it. These guys will get jealous. They'll complain about me in the dead of night talking among themselves. Right? What? Gal River. Yeah, check out. Correct. Happy Mother's Day. Yes. Alvin. Yes. Have you used a Harley Benton with a Floyd? Oh, I've heard the Floyds. Okay, no, I haven't. I haven't tried any of the Harley Bentons with Floyd Rose guitar. I mean, with Floyd Rose systems. Cause I, if I were to buy a guitar from Harley Benton, I would stay away from Floyd Rose. I'll tell you why. Because it's, tuning guitar like this is already a pain, right? And imagine to change strings in a Floyd Rose. I've been there, done that. I don't want to go through that again. Because I used to break strings a whole lot, and I was like using 08s, and then promoted myself to 09s. But with the Floyd Rose system, you have this confidence to know that you're gonna wang all the way you want. Anyhow, you can play a tremolo arm and not be afraid of it going out of tune. So I was using it all the time, and then my strings would snap, every now and then, and it's such a chore, to take an Allen key out, loosen this, unlock this, pry out the strings, which I hurt myself, my fingers countless times because I cut myself. Slide the string, put it in, and kind of like pull the strings, get it in tune with the fine tuners. Oh no, I don't want to do that again. So that's the reason why I stay away from Fried Roast. Oh yeah, Orion. Yes, you brought up a great product actually, which I haven't tried. The Best Ferguson tuning system. They're actually really good. I saw a couple of videos, and I love Best Ferguson's playing. It's crazy. He's a great player. Hi, Joseph. Wow. It's quite late. Why are you still doing it? And yes, Alan, you're right. Cheap fried roast should be avoided because you guys haven't been through some of the stuff that I've been through. Crazy stuff like strings popping out the locking nut at the end, and how it nearly blinded me because it just snapped out and hit and embedded itself right around my cheekbone, and how strings will pop up in the middle of changing. So those are due to poor workmanship because of the components that are involved. Some of the materials they use are not good. They're not strong enough, so they develop grooves, little indents through time. Or Stephen Peroni, the Luke, great guitar, yes, but they have a treble a lot, Fried Roast. Oh yeah, that's the Luke too. I have the first version that came out. It got lost. Yeah. So I was kind of sad losing it. I mean, if you guys seen some of my YouTube video, some of my Facebook posts, I actually posted a couple of video raw songs from concerts that I did back in the 90s when I first got the Luke. And it was the Luke, the first version of the Luke, which I played on stage. I love the guitar to death because it had Fried Roast and it has a recessed, bridge part where you can actually bang, wang all the way up, and So I love that. But then well, it's not here with me anymore. So. Okay. Hi Daniel Hernandez. Hola. Awesome collection. How's the GNL Blues Boys Sammy Hollow coming along? Oh yeah, that's another one. I don't have that tribute Sammy Hollow anymore. Yeah, I kind of trade with this. Yeah, I like this more than this Sammy Hollow. Probably because this sounds a whole lot better. Okay, I think it comes to the point where we have to face reality that you get what you pay for at times. The tribute, that Blues Boy is actually a really good guitar. With the fact of the matter is that even though it's made in Indonesia, it was really well made. What I didn't like was the sides. It doesn't have a belly tuck, and I'm hitting 60 soon, so my belly is growing. And some of the edges are really sharp, like really, not really sharp, like it's sharp, like it's really like a rectangular shape, and it's not like rounded like how the Fullerton Deluxe are. So it's a less, not a really less comfortable than the Fullerton Deluxe. It's not a bad guitar, it's a great guitar, and that one that I had was a natural swamp ash, right? It looks great, it looks good, and the pickups are different from this pickup here that I have in this Fullerton Deluxe. And that pickup was I felt was a bit too dark to my liking, and that's why I traded in for this. Yep. Do the Wilkinson trams on Harley Benton stay in tune? Yes, Percy, they do. They do stay in tune. Are they? Oh, they're not the top of the line range. They're they're okay, but they're not top of the line. But they do stay in tune. And that's the one thing that got me, how should we, surprised. I'm really surprised at the quality of Harley Benton because it actually had this Wilkinson bridge, and it's working. It's a workable bridge. I can wang all day long. It won't go out of tune once it's set up right. And yeah, No worries about that. It's all about the setup. If you're gonna set up a bridge, you gotta know what you want. All right. Right. So this is my tally, right? So this is the new one, the Fusion Pro. Now it comes with a, a a dead bridge. It arrived with a dead bridge, meaning it's set, set down flush. So I had to kind of set up the what you call that, the tremolo springs and everything to get it playing the way I want it. So because I'm doing like um, I'm doing a lot of pulling ups and stuff, like I mean, I'm sure you guys would know what I do. Can't do that with a tally, and that's one of the beautiful part of having a you of having a of having a tremolo on, because there's many things that little nuances they can do. So stop it. Ooh, too loud, too loud. I don't want the neighbors to call the cops. Right? So I say in such a way where I can kind of pull it up a whole step, and with that sort of setup, you got to be real careful about the tension of the spring. And this guitar is kind of weird because I guess they didn't route, the cavity here big enough, so there wasn't much play in it. But it's okay. I can live with it. I'm not into dive bombing nowadays. Uh, all I want is just little subtle things, and it works. And I took out one spring, so it's now operating on two springs. So in a way, it's smoother and more responsive. So the amount of springs that you have in your tremolo system also play a part in the responsiveness of your tremolo bridge. So something to think about. Bye, PGH. Bye, Happy Mother's Day. Ovation acoustic and the belly just told me. Tell me about it, Tom. Tell me about it. I used to have a Ovation. Hi, Kim. How are you doing? And I tell you, I bought a guitar out of necessity because I was playing a whole lot of sessions with electric guitar, and they wanted me to play acoustic guitar. So I went out and bought an acoustic guitar from City Music, and I bought an Ovation. And I kind of regret because it didn't sound, it didn't have the sound that I wanted. So after many years, I kind of sold that away and got myself a Taylor, and never looked back since. Right. Okay. So where are we now? You guys are so far away. Okay. Orient Quest, how did I become such a soulful player? Practice tips? Listen to a whole lot of music. That's what I tell my students, listen to a whole lot of music. The more you listen, the more you absorb. I'm not just talking about listening and falling asleep and stuff. I'm talking about listening to a good pair of speakers or a good pair of headphones and kind of like absorbing it like a sponge, and kind of like analyzing what is going on and understanding where these guys are coming from. It's it's kind of hard if you're not doing that already. But if you have been doing that and appreciating a piece of music, that would be easy for you actually, because I'm sure you have a favorite song, right? And if you listen to a piece of favorite song, you'll probably groove with it, right? And you'll probably go, oh man, that bass line was so good, the guitar lick is so good. So you're actually appreciating that piece of music. So what I'm trying to say is that appreciate all other forms of music. I listen to a whole lot of stuff. I like bluegrass. I like from bluegrass to hard rock, and to orchestra music. So yeah, hope that helps. As far as practice is concerned, okay, I'll tell you what. I did something. I'm glad you asked that question, Orion. What I did in the past was I used to have a stereo set, and it consists of a tape recorder, and I can patch in my guitar into this whole system, and I'll be playing my vinyl records, and I'll be like jamming along. And I will collect albums from done by sessionists by Steve Lukather, Michael Landau, right? I was talking about this the last time. And I would play along with them, and I would record myself. Okay, get this. It's all about the recording. And a lot of players do not record themselves playing. And if you don't record yourself playing, how will you know what you're playing is right or wrong? So the most essential part of my youth training back then, I was like 21, 20, is that I record myself, and I will play back and I will listen to my playing. And even the tone is not there because I'm just plugging into a fuzz box, and it's not about the tone, you know. It's about whether am I doing all this vibrato correctly? Am I like, you know, hitting the notes correctly? Little nuances. And if Steve Lukather is doing an overband, am I doing the same? Am I doing the same thing that he does? And sometimes I will play note for note, you know, against what he's playing, and kind of like mimic him, copy him. But after a while, you kind of like get certain songs that doesn't have a guitar solo, and you just fit one in. You know, one of my favorite songs is by Michael McDonald called "Keep Forgetting," and Steve Lukather was playing the rhythm part. And you know, if you guys know about the song, it's a real nice groove to it, and there are many open spaces. And I will little fill-ins here and there, and I'll record it, and I'll listen back, and I'll learn. And this whole thing about recording what I play didn't stop even when I was playing in the night with my band. I would ask my sound FOH engineer to record every time we play, every night we play, especially when we come up with new materials, to record it so that we can analyze it as a band. And I will pass the tape around, say, okay, the drums could have been better in this bar, you know, or you know, my guitars could have been louder, or I should be playing this, you know. So we can't analyze this whole recording as a band, but some musicians are not really into it, you know. So in the end, it was just me who was listening to our recording, and I learned so much because I can understand where I went wrong and where I shouldn't be playing, and what I shouldn't be playing, and not to make the same mistakes again. So I think that is a vital part that a lot of guitarists do not realize. You need to record what you're practicing or what you're playing. If you are playing in church, get the people to record you when you're playing, you know, the whole set. Go back, listen to it, see what can be improved. Hope this helps. Our Johnny Zombie, yes, is the pitch effect on the tone of phrase chorus. You know, it's just like no, nothing like that. It's just a pitch shifter. You just shift your pitch just a little bit, like a couple of cents. You know, most of the guys will use this as a harmonizer, right? But I don't use it as a harmonizer. You can tune it up to a third or to a fifth or whatever you want to do. Mine is just a pitch shifter, so it's just minute changes, like 7 cents sharp. Yeah, 7 cents sharp. I think it's about 7 or 6. You know, just slight, and it just gives you enough shimmering effect. You know, like a doubling. Interesting history, because I used to have a old Ibanez delay. Who was asking me about delay? John, right? Yes, it's an interesting delay. It's made by Ibanez. It has 2 delays in one rack unit, and I used to have the longer delays for my long delays, and there's another delay where I can actually set it real short, like, you know, a couple of milliseconds, just to have the doubling effect. And it's not like, you know, like the rockabilly sort of slapback. No, it's even shorter than that. So I have to boost up the level of the delay so that it matches the original signal. So it sounds like you're double tracking the guitar, and that was what I used for the longest time when I was playing live. And people will compliment me and say, "How do you get that thick sound?" You know, and I would just tell it to them, and they go, "Oh," but they never do anything about it. So, right? Okay. Oh, what's this? Bye, Tom. Bye, Dwight. Oh. Yes, Joseph. What are the 1 to 3 players you recommend to listen? You would know because I told you about it when you were. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just repeat again. Steve Lukather, Jay Graydon, and Michael Landau. Yep, absolute 3 you should listen to. But then again, it depends on what you want to do. Like, you know, if you're gonna like uh, do pop. These are three players to listen to. If you want to do jazz, blues, or lead Ratna, probably Pat Mahatney, or Larry Carlton for blues. You want to do country, listen to Dan Huff. He's such a killer player. Yes, Kim, you just read that Fender doesn't make Ash guitars no more. Oh wow. Oh really? Huh. Shame. Gig bag or hard case? Well, it depends where you're going. If you're going overseas, if you're traveling by a plane, then a hard case would do. Like I've shown many times, I'm using this SKB. It looks like a gig bag, but it's not. It's actually a well, you can consider it a hard case, but it's not made of wood. It has a foam sort of material that bicycle helmets are made of, so it can withstand a lot of shock. And I've been traveling with this SKB bag. It's light, and once you reach the airport, you can just strap in and walk. You don't have to like carry it like in a hard case. Yeah, so I've been traveling with this for almost 10 years, and nothing wrong with my guitar. They won't damage at all. Mm. But if you don't want this, then if you're going to travel for long distances through a plane, get a hard case. Yeah, please get a hard case. Yes, Alan is such a pain. But if you've been doing that for the longest time, it doesn't really take too much effort. Hi, Romeo, from Germany. Which part of Germany? No, that's not my T35. That's my Harley Benton 41 D41. Is it called D41? Yeah, it's a rip-off of a D41. I play on a D41 though. Yeah, really nice guitar. Yes, Johnny. You also like Steve. Do you have a favorite Toto album? I do. It's Hydra. And the other one is the one with the white face. The Gift with the Golden Gun. What's that title? It's all white. No Turning Back or something like that. I forgot. That's another one of my favorite Toto album. My favorite is Hydra. I love Hydra to bits because of the theme and the musical content. And they were really good then. They still are though. Yes, please. When you put the Duncan STK vintage stack tele pickups in your Harley Benton tracks, do you also have the port upgrade to 500K? Or no, it's 500K. It was 500K. If I remember correctly, it was 500K. It wasn't a 250 pod. And that's the thing about there was something that was brought up in the Harley Benton Facebook that they were like kind of surprised that it has a 500K. Guitar time. How you make your jam track to your videos? How do I make my jam tracks? Well, the fact is a lot of these jam tracks that you hear are not from me. I bet you buy it. I buy it from Jam Tracks for Guitar or JTC, and Guitar Jam Tracks, something like that. And there are these two companies that I bought from, and they're available in iTunes. It's all there. You just need it. JTC is not available in iTunes. You gotta go to the site and actually purchase it from them, right? And some of the jam tracks are mine because I would just do it home. It's just like what I'll do for my work, arrangements. So yeah, and I try not to spend too much time on my jam tracks because yeah. Okay. Hey Ben. We're still in your teens right now. You're still young. Okay, Dwight. Fun. How are the strat tones on the HB Fusion HSH compared to a real strat? They're different. HSH, humbucker, single humbucker. Totally different from a real strat. Even with a split coil. No matter what people say, a split coil in a humbucker will never sound exactly the same as a single coil. It doesn't really sound the same, right? Orion Quest, which song you wish you wrote? What? no specific artist, like every all the songs in the world. You know what I wish I wrote? I Burn for You. Have you heard the song I Burn for You from John Farnham? Cause I burn for you. What am I gonna do? Beautiful song. I wish I wrote that song. It's such a beautiful song. Uh, you're close to Frankfurt. Okay, cool. Hello, Andrew from Portugal. Still recommend the Harley Benton Custom Line Superior EVS. The second impression would be interesting. Yes, I do still recommend that guitar. The guitar is like I mentioned before, it's like a copy of the Hummingbird, but very far away from the Hummingbird. But the guitar is one of the better sounding acoustic guitar that Harley Benton has to offer. I actually gave it to a friend of mine, but before I gave it away, I was doing a whole lot of recordings with it, even in some of my sessions, and they sounded good. It takes a while for the wood to kind of breathe, to kind of like get used to the temperature in the room and stuff like that, to open up. Great guitar. Hi, Jose, from Spain. Wow, cool. Steve Peroni. By the way, Fratello, you pronounce Italian very well. Oh, grazie. And always notice the Italian flag sticker in your language. Curious again, have you ever played in Italy in a career or holiday? Well, the fact is, I actually spent a month in Italy. I went to Italy twice, and the last trip that I went, I actually spent a month there. I was playing in the churches in Italy, in all the various states, from Milan, Reggio Emilia, to Venice, to Roma, even went to Torino. So all these places, I kind of like went to the Chinese churches. There are a whole lot of Chinese churches, by the way, in all over Italy. And we kind of like organized and did a worship workshop for them. And I love Italy. I love Rome. I love Fazzi gelato. Magnifico. Yeah, delicio. Okay, Johnny Zombie in the Grand House. Isolation. Yes! You took the word out of my mouth. Isolation. Great album. Is it Isolation? I'm not so sure. Wait, I got to check. Just give me a second, okay? I'm just gonna check this. Also, I just can't get me out of my mind. Total albums. There you go. What album is this? Turn Back. The album is called Turn Back. Sorry. Okay. Joe, you like this? You like the special guitar play from Mark Hoffner? Yeah, Mark Hoffner says for himself, "I'm not a good guitar player. I play guitar like a street worker." Yeah, he's such a humble guy, Mark Hoffner. The fact of the matter is that I didn't like Dire Straits a lot, but I listened to a whole lot of Dire Straits when I was young. After they came up with Money for Nothing, and that was the last Dire Straits song that I really like. And what's your walk a mile or something like that? Yeah. After that, I kind of like lost track with Mark Hoffner and Dire Straits. Mark Hoffner is a fantastic guitar player. He's so underrated at times because he takes dual role like singing and playing, but he's a killer guitar player. Yeah. Or what? I should try the Harley Benton. Yes, Winston, you should. Oh, cool. I'm so jealous. Okay, Joe. Joseph, for the bridge position, single coil, mini humbuckers, or humbucker? Do you prefer a single coil, or you prefer a single coil bridge? Ha! You must be you. You have to be the one to ask all these difficult questions. Give me a second. You know what? It's all about variety. It's all about having different guitars in your collection that can function different purposes. I would like an all single coil guitar like my Fender Japan Strat, the white Strat is all single coil. I like that because is in its purest form of how a Stratocaster should be. Single, single, single. And the fact of the matter is, I love how the pickup sound because they're ceramic, actually, by the way, in case you do not know. I love how the pickup sounds, and I love the single coil in the bridge. I love the single coil in the middle. I love the single coil in the neck. Period. That guitar just sounds very different. Then again, I would have my another Japanese Strat, which I fitted with EMGs. So I have single, single humbucker, and in that configuration, I like that to a certain extent because it gives me what a Luke would sound like. The Luke has single, single humbucker. In fact, it was originally, the Richie Sambora Mexican Strat model that I had. You had the same setup, same pickup set that is from the Luke, single, single humbucker. If you want to have a rock guitar, that would be the way to go. On the other hand, I have another Japanese Strat, which I fitted with what's this guy, Vince Gill set of EMG pickups. They are single, 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 but it has a different control to it. I forgot the name for now. It just escaped me, right? And it gives you a different sound altogether. So it depends on what you want for each guitar. Not for me. All these guitars have a different target, so to speak. My Comanche has a different sound by its own. So I love how the Comanche sounds. So I'm using it a whole lot in sessions. But sometimes I want to use the purest single coil Strat sound from the Japan, and that's the luxury of having a whole lot of guitars to choose from. So which one do I prefer? I prefer all of them, right? Yes, I think you asked that question before, or was it you or someone else? I have not tried the transition Lukather humbucker pickups. I heard that they are good, the Marcios. They are in the Look tree, yeah, yeah. Orient Quest here from Philippines, right? Hi, Mr. Connolly. Good evening. Ciparoni, yeah. So you're a second person from Torino. There's another guy who's from Torino. Yeah. What's his name? Forgot. He was here on the last stream. He was also from Turin. Incredible. Are you two friends or? Hi, Chuck. Good to see you. Hi, John. From Ireland, eh? Thank you so much. I try. David Hernandez. What do you think about Grateful Dead? Oh yeah. Oh really? To tell you the truth, I haven't. I'm not really a fan of Grateful Dead. These are the groups that kind of like escape me. Sometimes somehow along the way I miss them. Grateful Dead is one of the groups that I have actually never really listened to them. Maybe they're hits, but not really like listening to them as a group. Sorry. 38 from Indianapolis. Hi. So you have Gino guitars. Hi, Greg. Oh, you're late. So where the beer? You promised me beer. 38. Which Gino guitars do you have? Can I go back a bit? Did I miss out any questions? Guess I did answer most of them, right? So cool. Having many guitars for variety, just like ladies having many clothes. No. Very different. I told my wife the same thing last time. I said, look, you cannot compare bags and shoes with guitars because I make a living out of these suckers. You don't make a living out of your shoes and your handbags. And I win all the time. I got a great wife. She kind of know what I'm all about, so Any more questions? Romeo, you're 130 km to Toman. Wow, that's pretty near. Yeah. I could cycle there, 130 km. Yeah. Wow. Andrew Cordell, which electric Harley Benton do you like the most? For now, this one. I like this. I find that this is so easy to play, and it's light. It's great for stage. And the humbuckers, it gives you that kind of like fatness that you will want sometimes. I tried the HSH, the Fusion Pro, on stage once. I brought it for a show and wasn't too impressed with it because it felt kind of thin. Didn't have the bottom, you know. Or can you suggest me a distortion? Can I say what? Sorry, for hard rock with a low budget? With a low budget? With a low budget? Dude, I got just exactly the right thing for you. This is what I recommended last time. In case you forget, yeah, this is like real cheap. You get it from Harley Benton. This is an American sound. Yeah, a couple of ones. They have the Californian sound, yeah, the UK sound. So they're cheap. Okay, Johnny Zombie, what do you think is the best way to practice guitars? I have a problem playing all 5 pentatonic boxes when I solo. I mostly have licks for the main box and the BB King box. When I teach, I always tell my students to kind of like don't think too much of the pentatonic scale. After a while, the pentatonic scale is going to dictate on. It's going to like force you to play in a certain way. So you need to get away from the pentatonic scale in stages. The pentatonic scales still make sense, right? Depending on genres of music. But when you're talking about a rock solo, don't be too dependent on the pentatonic scale. Like for example, you can if you just have to shift one note, and you can drastically change the whole thing to maybe a Dorian mode or something like that. But let's say you are playing like an E minor chord. Hope you can hear. Can you hear this? I hope you can hear this. Right? And if I were to play a major scale, like in the key of E minor, I would play a G major scale. So I could play any note in that major scale, and I don't even have to depend on pentatonic. I don't have to do that, And I'm just doing the major scale, no pentatonic involved. Now, for flavor, sometimes I would just flatten the fifth, so I could just do. Well, this note, right? This C sharp note is actually part of the Dorian scale of E minor, right? So when you play, so it gives you a different take on this whole G major scale. But like as a rule of thumb, you don't think of it as a pentatonic thing. Just think of it as a major scale. Right? So. So I could not play C. I could play C sharp. Something to think about, right? So try not to get caught up in the pentatonic box or anything like that. Take it as a scale and try to make lines of whatever you're practicing. I was just teaching this afternoon, this evening. One of my students, and I told both of them, like in a practice regimen that you have, whatever practice regimen you have, try not to make it in such a way where you're just going. doing scales and stuff, and make music. You have to find a way to make music from the stuff that you're playing. Whether you're attempting a mode, whatever mode you're attempting, right? So all these little things, you got to find a way to create musical nuances instead of just practicing scales, and that will get you further than anything because you'll find that it's more enjoyable. And please get a looper. I was planning to get a looper set up, but I'm just too tired. Yeah, maybe the next stream. Yeah, and maybe with the looper I can play some stuff, and you can probably know and hear what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so Ian, each guitar has a character. Doesn't matter what setup you have to find it. That's right. It's true. John, so do you like mint green pick guards? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do. I do. I love that color. Pretty neat. What's my dream gig? Oh, well, I've done my dream gig, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because I don't consider myself a really good guitar player. So I don't consider myself good enough to play all the big cats. I'm just happy to be doing what I'm doing. To play in places that I've never been. I'm so blessed. So I don't have big dreams like that. So what kind of beer do I like? I have found. Oh wow, that's bloody good, Mike. But good. Oh, okay. To tell you the truth, I don't like beers. I prefer my bourbon anytime. I have it here, so I haven't been drinking this for the longest time because I just didn't have the mood for it. But there are times when I just want to chill and just drink a pack or two of bourbon neat. That's my poison. Right. So I meant best way to practice skills. Right. Like I was just saying, best way to practice skills is through musical passages, and don't, like I said again, don't get hooked up into certain set rules. Any new artists who inspire you? What, you can't actually say that he's a new artist. I love Guthrie Govan. He's an incredible guitar player. He's in fact I could say one of the best guitar player ever. I really love his demeanor, his character, his down to earth humility, and his incredible skills. That guy can play anything. Yeah. Oh, okay. The CST-24, yeah, great guitar, heavy. Yes, Greg, you got a Scratch Streamline. Wow, whoa, with a Bixby. I did. I actually had a review done on a Gretsch with a Bixby. I forgot the model. Go to search. Just give me a second. I'll bring it up to you. Hopefully, I can bring it up to you. It's just too long. It's a long time ago. I think I did it like last year. Great guitar. Wasn't used to the Bixby though. The Bixby kept going out of tune every now and then. So that's the thing that you gotta watch out for. Great looking guitar. Handsome guitar. Where is it? There you go. Okay, it's a dual jet. Yep. You might just want to take a look at this. Today I thought I'd feature this beautiful guitar from Gretsch. I'm gonna paste it on the chat so that you can actually see this. Where is it? Where's my chat? There you go. Here you go, Greg. And like I said, the Bixby, yeah, it was a problem for me. Hola, Francisco. Hola. Don't mention it, Johnny. Don't mention it. David, do you ever play guitar with multi-skill of? Oh no. Yeah, I was kind of tempted for a while, like that fan fret, right? So, yeah, but Didn't get myself to actually get one. Yeah. Oh, you like? Oh, Southern Conference, nice. I had that when I was in Vegas. What is mine? I forgot what's mine. Oh man, I just bought. Dang, I forgot the brand. Anyway, there's certain brands that I like. This one, when it comes to whiskey, the names are like so. Southern Comfort is one, and it's easily, that I can easily remember. There's a whole lot. This thing with pig something pig. Help me out. Okay. Tone Pros make good. Oh yeah. Yes, you might want to check that out, Greg. That roller locking bridge. It might just make, you know, mix tuning a little bit easier for you. No, Joe. Thank you. But I like I said, I don't consider myself a good guitar player. I'm more of a musician as a whole. I pride myself as a musician as a whole. So, guitar is something that I love to do, and I don't think I spend enough time on the guitar to bring up its capability. You know. Any Spanish song? Sorry, no. Bésame, bésame mucho. Is that one of them? I don't know. Oh, okay, Ian. Have fun. Have fun. Oh, say happy birthday to her for me. Jack Daniels? No. Jack Daniels? No. Bourbon. We're talking about bourbon. So I'm gonna go out a little while to see what is it. I forgot. My brain cells are dying here. I don't know what happened to the sound. It's gonna auto shut off. Oh wow, the Vox M has an auto shut off. Cool. What's my favorite three guitar riffs of all time? This riff, I think. This one. Okay, I'm gonna play this so you guys guess what song is this. My mind is clearer now. Okay, just this is all I'm gonna give. You guys, can you guys guess what song is this? Right. You need to taste grappa. Italian spirit better than any. Oh really, Zamberi, Signor Zamberi. Yeah. When I go to Italy, I will try that. In fact, actually, I heard about this. Yeah, I did heard about this, but we didn't have any of this because we were on a Christian trip. So, right? David Hernandez, system or string true? Which do you prefer best? Okay, string true or tremolo system. For me, I love the tremolo arm. I just like. No, that's not Dancing Queen, Mr. Connolly. That's from a song in Jesus Christ Superstar. Nice. Maybe I'll just do a cover one day. Not a cover, but just with this riff. It's one of the most infectious riff I ever heard. Okay, enough of that. Guitar Ray, I see a Vox AC10 in the Langley. There are your thoughts on modern and in the Langley. There are your thoughts on modern amps. I tend to think they are too complicated with software. No, they are not, Guitar Ray. The thing about guitar modeling and the Line 6 Helix and stuff like that, the Fractal, the Campers, they are a bit intimidating to guys who haven't gone into that yet. The fact is, it's actually real simple. All you need to do is to know what the parameters are all about, and after a while, you kind of wing your way and with trial and error. Probably take you about a week, the most 3 weeks, and you get a hang of it, how the system works and how to save, how to tweak. It's actually really easy. Don't be so intimidated by the fact that it's all software based and stuff like that. It's actually real simple. Trust me, because I don't like complicated stuff. I'm a very simple person. Right? Okay, not so simple, but I like simple things. I'm very pragmatic, as I said many times. I don't believe in spending too much time on something to get it right. You know, think about this. Our friend Francisco, thinking about purchasing. Oh wow, too fast. About purchasing a Harley Benton acoustic guitar, a mahogany one that you tested in review. Yeah, go for it. It's a great guitar. Oh wait. The latest one that I reviewed are okay. Just between you and me, I hope no one in Harley Benton is here. Are Try not to get that because it will take time for the wood to breathe. It will take time for the wood to kind of open up. It will take a bit longer time. The CLD 41 is a better buy. Trust me. CLD 41 is a better sounding guitar. Right? What's my favorite solo by Luke? Oh, I'll tell you. My favorite solo by Steve Lukather is on a song by Boss Skaggs. I think you guys should know. What's this song called? Break Down Dead Ahead. Right? So that's from the album by Boss Skaggs. And that album, I'm gonna show you this album. I forgot the title of the album. Okay, that album is called Middleman. It was released in 1980, and that album is actually one of the most influential album in my life. I didn't put it as a top five because it escaped me at that time. But I should have put down that album. That album is so good because Boss Skaggs have this white soul thing going on, and a lot of funky stuff. Great guitar work by Steve Lukather. But there is one song in particular, a ballad, "You Can Have Me Anytime." I guess it's arranged by David Foster back then. But the guitar solo was so good, but it wasn't by Steve Lukather. It was by Carlos Santana. And that song kind of like showed me what a lyrical guitar player should be, and how a guitar player can make a solo sound like a song within a song. So go check out that album and check out that song. You Can Have Me Anytime. If I'm not mistaken, I think it has a YouTube video for that too. Okay. Okay. Hi, Paul. You was yeah, right, Mr. Connolly. You were nearly right. Joe, you know the band America? Yes, I know the band America. Which America are you talking about? With the K or with the C? I know the band America with the C, not with the K. Right? I have a blog and I put on your post where you just play because. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. I hope you don't have. I hope you don't get any flack. I have a bottle Jack Daniel's single barrel. Oh, single malt. Cool. Good for you. Bye, David. Ciao. Yes, ciao. See you soon. This was a suggestion for a cheaper Strat variant. Check out the if you want a good cheap Strat variant, try the Harley Bentons. The couple, I think the ST62 is a pretty good buy. The ST62. And I think the ST70, if I'm not mistaken, the one with the black paisley, that is a pretty interesting guitar too. Orange Quest, Nashville Tunomatic or ABR? ABR. Yep, I'll prefer the ABR. I'll tell you why, because I haven't tried Nashville Tunomatic. Most of my Les Pauls, and they are fitted with the ABRs. Yes, Jimmy Page, yeah, great guitars. My pleasure, Montiel. My pleasure. Oh, hi, Jack. How are you? Yeah, I love Boss Gags. That middleman, yeah, that middleman album was the bomb, man, and it's so good. Yeah, for PV Alvin, you have a PV Bandit that I mainly use on this vintage voicing of the clean channel. He does the Paddy Benton original different from this. How should I say it? It's yeah, it's a bit different. Um, the pedal is after all just a pedal. You know, you cannot compare a pedal with a real amp. No way. A real amp has harmonics there that you probably will not find in a pedal. But this pedal is something else. You know, you can just plug it in and go right out into your door without even going through amplifier. It still sounds good. So I was pretty impressed with this. So you know, I just want to share what happened when I posted the last video I had about fretboard. I posted this whole thing. I just posted the music segment of it in the Telecaster group. And did I cause a shitstorm? Yeah, I hit the hornet's nest because they were like, good lord, they were so uptight, and yeah, plenty of nasty remarks were made, and it kind of, for me, it's kind of amusing to see how these guys react when we talk about things that they don't agree with. And I wasn't even asking them a question. It was the title of the video, and I just posted the thing. I wasn't even asking a question, so they were like replying, "No, and all that. So, music is to chill. Why get so uptight? I just don't understand. You guys are the best. You guys will get uptight. What forums do I post in? I don't post in any forums. I'm a member of a couple of Facebook groups. The Harley Benton Toman Telecaster group. There's a group called Stratocaster and whatever, and the Helix, yeah, Line 6 Facebook post. Oh yeah, Dara, yes, and it's really interesting because you see how a lot of these guys are they're old like me, but they're so set in their ways, and it's my way or the byway sort of attitude that really pisses me off sometimes, and I just didn't want to get into an argument because I was the start of it, and they even like starting bickering among themselves. Um, it's so distressing to see. But probably probably it's because of this whole COVID-19 situation where people are stuck at home, and I just thought that maybe they're kind of uptight. But I've seen it happen without even without the COVID-19 situation. You know, so I guess people are like that, and I've seen a lot of guitar snobs in YouTube too. Guys who saying nasty things about Harley Benton guitars and talking crap about players who play cheap guitars, and it's I guess it's part of the human nature where our you know ego and pride gets in the way. Yes, Tom. There are lots of people like that. Um, and it's sad to say that I see it in groups like this. And I've posted many posts in Telecaster Facebook, many posts, and sometimes I get negative feedbacks, and probably because I'm Chinese. You think it's because of that? I don't know. It could be about this whole thing with Trump saying it's a Chinese virus. I don't know, but sometimes maybe it's the color of my skin or my eyes. I don't know. it's really distressing for me as a musician because I have a lot of American friends, a lot of British friends, a lot of European friends like you guys, and in real life, the fact of the matter is that when you, I was talking to Wayne a couple of hours ago. I was saying like when I'm changing guitar strings and I snap a string and it cut me. It's the same blood that you will probably have. It's the same color. I don't have blue or yellow blood. I have red blood, just like you. So we are all the same. And if you were involved and you were someone from the States or from anywhere, and you were involved in an accident and you have a B plus and you needed blood, and I'm there, I can give you my blood and I could save you. So basically, our blood are interchangeable, irregardless of the colors of our skin. And at this time of age in 2020, I still face this. I'm sad to say that some of these are coming from European countries too. So, but I kind of like I don't give a dang. Yeah, I just want to play music and just reach out to people, and that's it. Am I? Oh yeah, I love New Sean. I love Journey. I love the group Journey. Period. Journey and Toto is like my all-time favorite groups. Yeah. Guitar. I understand. My whole argument in that video was no, it does not make a difference. And yet they all got worked up. What sort of this is ridiculous. You shouldn't be posing questions like this. What? In the first place, I never even asked you the question. It was just the title of the video. Oh well. Okay, Joe. Take care. Yes, Mr. Connolly. People sometimes are afraid to learn and grow because yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a matter of pride. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I need to learn. I learned about this live streaming thing like in a period of 2 days and 3 days, just to get to the bottom of it. I still haven't figured out all the things. I don't know why today I don't have the chat box on screen, and that's so troubling. But that's me. I will never stop learning. Just want to continue to learn. Yeah. What the hell? Dara, I'm not Mexican. I'm not Mexican. I'm Chinese. Okay, I'm Singaporean Chinese. Okay. With a name like Dara, I thought you were like a Jew from Israel. What is this? Have you tried what? Tajima or SX? No, I haven't. I haven't tried that yet, Biswas. Yes, Joe. A little bit of updating, a little bit of modification. They're great guitars. Thank you, Guitar Ray. Well, it is what it is. So. Yes, Jack the Rabbit. I agree totally with that. I'm waiting for those new strat copies. The blue with the mint pink. Oh, yeah. I saw that. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Are you getting one of them? You're welcome, Orion Quest. Drop by anytime. Yes, Chuck. Have you ever played the Harley Benton DC or the DC? Well, I did. I did a SC review. Nice copies. The SC 550, if I'm not mistaken, the one with the lemon flame. That is a rip-off of, not rip-off, a copy of the PRS Les Paul rip-off. So what? PRS do rip-off from Les Paul too, from Gibson. So Harley Benton is just doing one more, just ripping off the PRS copy of the Les Paul. And they're pretty good. Yeah, I kind of liked it. I enjoyed playing on it. Have I heard of Tomo Fujita? Yes, I heard of Tomo Fujita. Yeah, I haven't heard his playing in the live situation or anything like that. Most of his videos are really good. Tito, Ditto. I think we're not in Kansas anymore. Yeah. Okay. Okay. USA are very bad. It does a lot people shit. Oh my good lord. I think it's not the whole country. I have a lot of good American friends. You know, I guess the country is a bit how should we call it, a bit well, it's these weird times that we're living right now, and I guess some people just couldn't get used to dealing with the problems that that they should be dealing with. You know who I'm talking about anyway. So the day, yes, Dara, I repeat that verse every time I teach. The day I stop learning is the day I die. You know. Jeff Healey used the Japanese square. Yes, Jeff Healey. Ah, great guitar player. Yes. Here in Germany, Johnny Zombie. Here in Germany, my Asian girlfriend is facing racism every day, especially now during the COVID disaster. It's dumb that many uneducated people think that Asian people are spreading the disease. And that is sad because of one statement from the American president calling it a China virus, with no consideration of the many American Chinese or American Asians that are in the country, and no consideration of the safety of these people. And part of the reason why the gun sales have risen in America is because Chinese people, Asian people are buying guns to defend themselves against racism, against racist attacks. And sad, you know. Oh my good lord. Dara, when do you ever see me with a sombrero? I would love to get a sombrero. In fact, I wanna lay my hands on one of those cowboy hats. You know, those nice black cowboy hats. I would find no problem wearing one of these on stage. You know. Oh, Orange Quest, 你是华人，好 good for you. But you stay in Philippines. So are you from China or are you born in Philippines? See, Dara, I was correct. I knew Dara is a Jewish name. See, an Irish Jew. So are you an Irish Jew Catholic? Mexican mask now. Probably have a burrito up my ass, man. Okay, no mind. No, we're not gonna go there. Okay, it's Tom. It's ego. They want to show their knowledge. All they show is their ignorance. I know. How are you doing, Tom? I think it's getting better in London. I'm sure that's where you're from, right? Oh, you did. That's great. Mr. Connolly, you bought a SE450. Yes, it's a great guitar. Rip off of a rip off. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I was about to call it Warmit Green. Warmit Green, actually. When people start talking about the mint green, right? Some people believe the rats came for Corona beer. Yeah, that was the first joke that they came up with before this whole thing. Oh, in Ireland. Hey, so you're Irish too, huh? I thought you were in London. Yeah, you know who is in Ireland right now? What's this guy? This actor? God, I forgot his name. I just saw an article about him in Ireland, and he doesn't want to go back to America. Is it Brad Pitt? No, it's not Brad Pitt. It's the other guy. Anyway, there's an American actor in Ireland. He just refused to go back to America because he just doesn't want to be there at this moment. Yep. So, any more questions, guys? Are you in your respective places where you come from? Is the lockdown like easing up a whole lot? Matt Damon, correct, Mr. Connolly. Matt Damon. He doesn't want to go back to America right now. It's so funny. Oh, okay, Orion. So you're born in Philippines. Great. Oh, really? Yeah, I heard an article that he's been mingling around with the town folks and getting famously along with them. Yeah. What's my desert island M? Or if I can carry it, it will be my Fender DeVille. Yep, my Fender DeVille. I will carry it with the 112 or the 110s. I hope this pandemic ends soon so the musicians can play gigs again. Yes, 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 yes. I'm not too hopeful that it would end anytime soon. Even with the easing of the lockdown, I'm just thinking that this might just go on until next year. And the earliest concert date that I can think of is probably next year. Oh, sorry to hear that, Alan. It's still the same in London. Uh-huh. Okay, Guitar Ray. Yeah, Ray. So it's easing up in Perth. Yeah, I saw a couple of pictures of my friend in Perth, of my friends in Perth, going out for picnics and stuff like that. Yeah. Creebar, how are you? Seems the Fusion series are excellent. The PRS types comes with floors. Yes, yes, you're right. You're right. We had I heard a lot of reports about the CSTs and stuff like that. Coming in with with uneven frets and maybe some paint jobs. Some paint leftovers and stuff like that. Yeah. No, 112 or in Quest. 212s and 412s are so heavy. A little bit, but I will be cocooned for a long time yet. Oh, okay, Tom. Sad to hear that. But I thought there's no lockdown in Ireland. Is there? Is there a lockdown in Ireland? Ah, on the 18th of May. But pubs will be open until August the 10th. My good lord. How do you survive without beer, without your lager, and your pint, your stout, your Guinness? How in the world do you survive without all this? Mr. Horrendous, yes, in Texas everything has opened up and the Republicans are saying COVID-19. Oh, cool. Wow. Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm so worried for my friends in Texas. A couple of friends in Texas. I just hope they do the wise thing, and keep themselves at home until this whole episode ends, because I just want to see more people dying as it is right now. It's like 75,000. You're not mistaken. 75,000 people, needless. It could be avoided. You may move to Europe. Yeah, I love to move to Europe. Yes. Yes, there will be a dry summer indeed. Wilson bread. Wow. Yes, Breeze. Take care. There are at you know what? I don't really know. The last time I was in Perth was many years ago. I was there twice. Loved the place. Good lord, where were they? They were at the Kurunchibara. What's that place called? Kurunchibara or something like that? Wait, just give me a second. I can probably check it out. There is a neighborhood. There's a real nice name. Somewhere that's near. Give me a second. I'll get it up in Jiffy. Nowadays, in Facebook, my photo albums are my reference point as to where I've been, what I do in certain years. I thought I'd be so totally lost without Facebook. I had to find a day where I had to back up every photo that I posted up in Facebook, including my concert photos. They're all in Facebook. Okay. Let's see what. Oh, Nola Mara. Yeah, they were at Noramara and a couple other places. They're all scattered all over the place, actually. Yes, Walt's line. You live in Florida. No, I wasn't talking about politics. Bye. I love Ireland is countryside. Yes, yes. I've seen a lot of movies about Ireland and the countryside that you guys have. It's real pretty. And the other place I wanted to visit was Scotland, actually. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah. Yeah, we have a couple of cases in our OH nursing homes too. But it's not that bad. We kept it under control, so it's not that bad. Of the Harley Benton 12 strings, yeah. U.S. have 330 million, 80K deaths in the U.S. Oh yeah. Krebar, or how many guitars do I have? Well, a couple. Um, I lost count actually because I have a couple of guitars at my friend's house. Yeah. You know what? I think what that guy said is true. What's line? Yeah. So I think we shouldn't be talking about politics because this is not a political or channel after all, and we know what it is right now. So we just make the best of it. Yeah, I think we just stick to what we are good at, guitars. Yes, Pascal, how are you? Yeah, like I was saying, this COVID-19. When are we when are we able to be playing gigs in the near future? Nobody knows, because there are so many variables. I have the nearest date that I have is on September, but it's in a casino in Singapore. So, but I don't think the casino will be open by then because people won't be coming in. There'll be flight restrictions, especially from China, and that's where the main clientele is. Chinese people will love to gamble, so there are a whole lot of gamblers from China, and that's where the business is. Oh, all right, Tom. Cool. Orange Quest have experimented with nut material. Yes, I have. I find that bone nuts are the best. The tusks are not too bad, not too shabby, but bone nuts have nice. I don't know. It just looks good, especially the polished ones. And I think they sounded not bad too. Sometimes all these things are like the placebo effect. You can be imagining things, but the bone nuts on my GNL, they do make a difference. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're up near the city. I'm up. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm about 45 kilometers south of Perth, the city of Wow, cool. You know what I want to do, right? If I do go up to Perth again, it's a cycle there. It's a cycle, bicycle. Beautiful places. Hmm. Yeah. The last time I went up there, I had a car, so we drove around, got lost, even with a GPS. It was fun. And me and my wife, we had a good time there. Mm. Yes, guitars don't have stupid conspiracy theories. Except, yeah, there are except people getting uptight about fretboard woods and stuff like that. They get uptight about that too. So, you know, in the end of the confinement for coronavirus tomorrow. Oh wow, cool. Too cool, Pascal. So France is opening up tomorrow. Mm. Yeah, yeah, Krebar, that's right. Just Tonewood debates. Vive la France. Yes, vive la France. No, Chuck, I haven't watched Guitar Max on YouTube. Guitar Max, or the guy with the long hair, or which one was that talking about? Oh, you want to go to the amazing Singapore Grand Prix? Well, come over, Tom. I'll bring you around. Yeah, that's cool. He's a great guy. Yeah, yeah. I do watch his video, Chuck. Yeah, he's a great fan of cheap guitars. So I guess that's where a lot of people are going for, like, affordable guitars. Come up, come up over after this whole thing. The chili crabs are like so expensive in Singapore. You have all this weird concoction of theirs. But I've heard stories about chili crab that just might put you off from eating crabs anymore in Singapore. You want to hear it? You want to hear? Let me know. Yes, there are. You have two HPs, and okay. What about the acoustics? They have great acoustics. Like I said, the CRD41 is one of the better buys. They are, I think they are priced like the second most expensive Harley Benton acoustic guitars right now. Mm. No, Arian, I don't write music. I don't even read music well. So I haven't written for strings. I arranged strings and stuff like that, but yeah, I haven't written anything down. Hi, Jason. How are you? Oh, thank you, thank you. Yes, that left. Get just try different fretboards. You might be surprised. Some of the Harley Bentons, like for example the Fusion Pro with the ocean turquoise blue. That is a ebony fretboard, and I love that fretboard. It's so good. It feels really really well. It feels really comfortable. Right. Hmm. Well, the story is that this, if you have tasted the crab, right? If you have eaten the crab before, you would know it's a huge crab, right? With lots of meat and everything. And the rumor is that they got fattened because these are Sri Lankan crabs in India, and some of these crabs are from the river Ganges. And you know what happens in India, where they don't actually bury their dead, they actually cremate the dead, on the river itself. So the crabs were actually feeding off the dead bodies at the bottom of the river. That's how they got to be so fat. That's just a rumor, right? Bye, Joe. You take care. Take care of yourself. Yeah, there. I like ebony fretboards. I think they're really nice. And the grain that was on my guitar back then was really nice. I sold the guitar away because I just needed more space. So I sold the guitar to a good friend. And I know it'll be well taken care of. I think the Rich Lights are okay, but I only played, like I said, on the Martin guitar. So some of the Mexican-made Martin guitars have Rich Light fretboards, and I find that they're okay. Given the fact that I knew beforehand that it's a composite material, it's not really wood, you know. Well, it's wood, but I don't know what it is actually. So, but after a while, after you play, you just you kind of forget about it. Yeah, you just felt like a rosewood fretboard. Yeah, hope that helps. Oh yeah, right. It still tastes good, right? So, hmm. uh, Tom, you have the HB35 Plus. Cool. Wow, you have a lot of Harley Benton guitars. Oh, okay. Wow, you have the T90. How's the T90HH? Are they good guitars? I was actually like looking at it for a while. Yeah, right. I'm from Singapore, so I don't get to eat a whole lot of chili crab because they're so expensive. Yeah, and that's probably one of the stories I tell myself to, so that I wouldn't go and eat it too often, and stay far away from it. I think the best food I ever had was in Italy. That's because I like pasta and good, good pizzas and steak. I tasted the best steak in Italy. Without any sauce or anything, just well, good cooked steak with a bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. I miss that. Dang, I'm actually like craving for a piece of steak right now. But it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. Where am I gonna find steak at this time? Okay, the Singapore chili crab is very hot, and the local thing is just warm. Nah, it's not hot at all. It's just like tomato sauce to me. We eat stuff that even hotter than that. I have two guitars with which like cool, a Godin multi cool, and a Martin D16. Yes, right. Cool. Yeah, it's real smooth. It doesn't have the grain of some rosewood fretboard. That I can remember. It's real smooth. Or a bit synthetic if you come to think of it, but it's comfortable. And I like the Godin guitars. The Godins that I have, I was supposed to do a review of that. I had two old Godin. I sold one away recently. I kept the one that is nylon. It's a multi-rack, I think. It's an old model. I think one of the first few models that Godin ever came out. And I bought that. So I still have it with me. Maybe I'll just do a review one day and see and show you guys what I did. The modifications that I did to the guitar. Yeah. Use it for the longest time in concerts. I mean, I needed a line-on string. And that Godin met every requirement. Sounded good, easy to play, easy to travel with. Right? If you don't write music, how are you phrasing so well in your reviews? Or I just play, Rick. I just play what is there. Half the time I don't even rehearse what I play in my reviews, and I'll just put on a backing track, find out what key it is, and just go for it. And sometimes I'll just like write certain melodies on the fly. I don't actually sit down and write what I'm going to play. So I don't do that. So most of my arrangements in my work that I do, in my production or in my normal arrangement work, is all done off the cuff, and that's good and bad, because sometimes you can sometimes when you wake up the wrong side of bed, and your mind is not working properly, you get stuck, and yeah. But the good part is that it's always spontaneous, and then you don't repeat yourself a lot, and that's what I aim to do, because it bugs me to no end that sometimes when I'm playing a session, back in the days when I'm playing a whole lot of sessions, that after the solo was recorded and everything, I come out of the studio and say, hey, I've done that line before in another studio recording like 3 days ago, and I'll beat myself over it and say, why am I repeating myself? So sometimes after I do a solo, I just tend to forget what I did. In fact, I don't remember what I did for the last video, not to mention the rest of the videos I've done. Yep. Cool. The T90 are milder pickups. Have you tried the ones from the various makers, like Seymour Duncan's, or even from DiMarzio's, or even from Shure? The ones that everybody was toting for it. I forgot the brand. See, the power of the power of suggestion is so strong. You know, you started it, right? You started the whole darn thing. So, how do you what do you prefer, maple or rosewood? Here we go again, Pascal. Merci beaucoup. The maple or the rosewood or the ebony? I tell you what, I prefer the ebony. Yes, truth be told, I love the ebony more than rosewood and more than maple. Yeah. Do I use Orin? Do I use a noise reduction pedal? I don't use pedals at all, Orin. I use a multi effects board, a Helix, Line 6 Helix, and I do have a noise gate at the start of the channel. So I don't actually gate a whole lot because once you start gating a guitar too much, you have intermittent stuff, and there's no way you can do dynamic stuff with it, like volume swells and stuff, because you get cut off. So you need to like kind of like adjust your noise gate setting in such a way that it doesn't intrude or disturb your playing. But the best way to do this is to get as noiseless a pickup as you can possibly can. You know, the thing that spoils everything is a set of noisy pickups, and that's the thing that everybody don't like, especially when you're playing near an amp or you're playing near a light source. You know, you get the 60 cycle hum, and the 60 cycle hum will just kill everything. Okay, Steve Pirani, bye fratello, ciao. Oh, pizza, oh, good, mamma mia, that sounds good. Arrivederci. Yeah. Bye, Alan. Take care. I'll be going off soon. Yeah, it's about time. Please play a Kulik. Oh, Kulik. Play a Kulik. What lick to play? Okay, this lick is something that I just taught one of my students. So it's a very simple lick. Basically you're just in the key of G. Or it's real simple. It's like, you know, you're hitting the 15th fret, right? So 12th fret is on here. The 15th fret will consist. All you need is just two strings, the first and second string. So you're hitting the G note and the D note, right? You got that? So we are going up. Okay, so that's one. Okay. So with that same configuration, you can do. Right? So you want me to play slower for you? Again? So you can start something like even in the E minor, right? And you can swap around positions. So you don't have to. Oh, you can't see me. Can you see me? You know, you don't have to be restricted to a certain position. You can just kind of swap around. You can do like. Alright, you can just start like that. Or you can do like some of the old R&B songs would go. So it's basically the same position everywhere. It's just two strings, just two strings. That's all. It's like playing a slide. Actually, it's like doing a sort of a slide thing, but with your fingers. It's one of the same concept as how you would approach a slide lick. Right? Yes, come and get your love. These are all like licks that are kind of like they have a history, right? These are all like some of the old R&B songs in the past. But then you have a bit of a because of this fifth. A lot of times you can kind of do a little bit of a Chinese thing, like you can do all that. Yeah, bye Ray. Good night. So you can expand from there if you want to, like and you can actually incorporate bendings if you want. Stuff like that, right? Yes, I China go by David Bowie. So I hope you get something out of that. Vapors. What's that, Dara? Vapors. Is that the name of a song? When do I sleep? I sleep late. Yeah. It's like it's like 2:50. What time is it right now? It's like 2:46 a.m. You know. Nah, that's just a stereotype. They don't play. They don't play this in China. No. Chinese music is actually quite complicated if you think about it. For the life of me, until today, the classical Chinese notes, the way they're doing it, it's a totally different concept from what Western music is all about. They have a different way of doing it, different mindset. Take for example the instrument called erhu. Erhu is like a fiddle, right? But play vertically, and it has this soulful sound, and it has this certain we could call it a pentatonic scale if you want to, and it's really amazing, the emotion that you can get from a good erhu player. So it's something interesting, Vapors was part of a band. Oh really? Was a band for Australia? Neighbors don't complain. It's relatively soft. This mic is pretty good because it picks up everything. But yeah, I have my room soundproof, so okay. I don't sleep. These days I kind of like go to bed like 5 a.m. in the morning. Wake up like 1 in the afternoon or 12 noon. Yes, a whole lot of pentatonic. Do you know that in Hong Kong they started doing online concerts? There are two guys who actually done that. One is Sam Hui, and the other guy is called Aaron Kwok. And they actually had concerts online. I guess they're not having a real lockdown in Hong Kong, so they're having concerts and with the dancers and everything on the rooftop. So it's pretty cool. My favorite rock band. My favorite rock band would be Bad Company. Yep. And the best album for me for rock would be Led Zeppelin. Um, Physical Graffiti. Yeah, my favorite rock album of all time. And Led Zeppelin is one of my favorite groups, by the way. But Bad Company kind of like, uh, yeah, I like Bad Company better because of Paul Rogers' vocal. Yeah, I think they're really good. Okay, I'm gonna knock off soon. Any more questions? Better ask now. I still have like about 10 minutes, 15. Yes, yes. They have a lot of experience. Mm-hmm. From SARS. Yeah, Singapore had. We were hit by SARS too, back then. Have a couple of fatalities. Yeah. So this virus thing is like it's something that yeah we cannot actually avoid because it's going to be part of where we are now because of the environment and stuff like that. Yes, yes. No, they don't. They're very different from the. Well, sometimes because sometimes you have Chinese music that originates from where India is, like some of the states that are near the Tibetan border. Some of them will have that, but predominantly Chinese music doesn't have that. Not like the Indian music. Very different. Cool. That left. Are noiseless single coil pickups. Get EMGs. Just go out and get EMGs. Some people just don't like EMGs because they say that there's something not right in the EMG pickups. But I've been using EMGs for years, and I have no problem with them. I think they work, and if you get a set of Vinskill, you can actually have a very good Strat sounding noiseless pickups. Noiseless pickups from EMG. Get the Vinskill, yeah. Wow, Tom, Duesenberg. I would love to try that. I heard so much about it. You know what? There's another tram that I wanted to try. What's it called? Tram something. What tram? Anyway, it's made by a company in Spain. And I saw something about it. And its installation is so simple. I can actually wang up and down with no need to route a back cavity for the up. What tram? What is it called? I forgot what is it called. But I wrote to the manufacturer, so he replied me and he's willing to send me a unit, but they didn't have any stock, so I'm just waiting for this COVID-19 thing to end in Spain before I approach them again. Are they expensive? The Duesenberg? Yes, Vega Tram. Thank you, Andrew Cordell. Vega Tram. Good. I thought it looks really promising, but I have to try it so that I can actually give my honest opinion. So that's why I asked for a unit for review. Yeah. If you guys want to see my Luke 1 in action, you can check out this video if you want to. Right? Or this was back in 1998 when I first toured with her. Her name is Ame. She's like real big in Taiwan back then, even now, but she's kind of like, been quiet for a while. But she's a powerhouse when it comes to the vocals. And we had a killer band, and most of the band members are from Singapore and Malaysia. So this is predominantly a local band, but we were performing in Taiwan, in certain places in China. So we did another tour in '99, and I did another tour with her in the 2002 or 2003. And the last time I toured with her was back in 2011. So I did a 2 years tour with her, which ended on 2013. Yeah, great artist to work with. Mm. Yes, John. I do watch the trolleys. I love the way the channel is. Where he shows all sorts of Gibson guitars, and nowadays he's kind of like diversing to the Fender guitars and some amps. Yeah, great guy. I like the presentation. No, they're both very different. MJ, I can't say that Paul Rogers is better than Robert Plant. Because Robert Plant has his own thing. So does David Coverdale, for all that matter. So does Ian Gillan. All these great rock singers. And the other guy from Rainbow, Ronnie something. What's his name? I love his voice. I thought he sounded really good. There are a couple of other singers like Lou Gramm from Foreigners. Great rock voices, all these guys. And no one is better than the other because everybody sounds different. And the guy from what was that, Mister, what's his name? Good Lord, I forgot his name. He's a great rock singer too. Yeah. Yes, Ronnie James Dio. Oh, I love his voice. No, Pascal. I have no experiences with the French rock scene. You know, I know that France have a lot of nice. Back in the '90s, in the '80s, they have a lot of underground punk rock bands, but have no experience with them. You know. Yes, he died a very. And Richard Page, yes, from Mr. Mister. No, I'm not talking about Mr. Mister. What's the other guy? Not Richard Page. The other band, Mr. Big. Sorry, Mr. Big. Who's a singer for Mr. Big? Eric what? Eric something. Oh, cool. Right. Do you like the PRS 25 scale length? I don't really dig the PRS guitars. The Fan Americans are just too rich for me. It's just too expensive for me. I couldn't afford it. So I never did have a liking for them. Although I played a couple of them because my friend had a couple of PRS guitars and he passed it to me just to do a review. Wow, that left. You saw Ian Gillan live. You know that Ian Gillan actually sang on the first album version of Jesus. Yes, Eric Martin. Thank you. Eric Martin is really good. That Ian Gillan, right, sang on the first Jesus Christ Superstar album, and he was really good in that album. But I preferred the actor that played Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar. What's his name? Something Keeley, whatever his name is. Great singer. And I watched that movie 3 times. Yeah, just because of the songs. Just now there's a lick that I played. Dun, 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 that's from Jesus Christ Superstar. Great performances. Great singers. How do I learn to improvise in guitar? Like I said earlier on, I record myself often when I'm playing. And the only big problem that I had when I was first starting out was finding the key to a song that I'm supposed to jam on. Sometimes you love your favorite songs, like songs from Bad Company or stuff like that, and I would love it, but I always have a problem in finding out the keys. But after a while, you kind of like know how to do that, and then you start playing in that key, the scale. And a lot of times you are actually playing and copying the lines that have been played by the original guys. I guess Ted Neely. Thank you, Kribar. You're so good. Ted Neely is so good, and he's like so old, and he's still doing his tours. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So I'll listen to what they are playing, and I'll try to play what they are playing, and I will commit into memory certain lines that I think I like, that I really like a lot. Like lines. I'm gonna turn it. Oh, okay, here it is. Sister. Yeah, like lines like, for example, there's this song, "Who's Crying Now" by Journey, right? And Neil Sean was doing this thing at the end solo, and this is basically a country lick actually. I heard it on a lot of country songs. And this is a lick that I like, so I commit it in the memory. So sometimes I use it in my passages, and it's all about snippets of uh, of uh, of basically licks, minute micro licks that that I committed into my memory bank, and I will call up every now and then. Yeah, because that's how I slowly try to kind of piece together a solo. And even though sometimes it's just a matter of like convenience. Like I always tell my students it's about economy of movement. So when I'm in a certain place, I'll just play stuff that is nearby, and I try not to go up and down too much. And that's the way where when you free up that movement, you are able to utilize your brain cells for other stuff. Like what I'm gonna play on the next bar, what I'm gonna play on the next two bars, and you start to think ahead. And that's one way to improve your improvisation. Instead of like half the time, most of the time, young players will like go like, okay, I'm gonna play this. So after which, what note's gonna come after this, and it's too fast. You just can't keep up with it. Bye, Tom. So you have to like kind of like think ahead, like 2 or 3 bars ahead, and then kind of figure out your why. If I'm gonna play, and I know I'm gonna do a bend, which bend I'm gonna do, I gotta plan. Or whether should I bend down instead of bending up. And chromatism is one of the way to kind of like ease up to what you're doing. Like say in the key of C, right? There's a lot of chromatism involved in my playing. So a lot of stuff that you see me do is more like a force of habit, so to speak, because you're so used to playing the same lick every now and then. So I'll try to kind of like change it up every now and then, so that it doesn't sound the same. Yes. Why Wilford Thinker? I thought Mr. was really good. I like Richard Page singing so much. He used to do a whole lot of sessions back in the 90s. He sang on so many backup vocals on many albums, and I love his voice. One of the great singers. Paul Gilbert, yes, great guitar player, and I think he aged really well. I like him now more than when he was younger. I find that he's so full of character in his playing, and he's so animated when he plays, and he's so tasteful. Yeah, Paul Gilbert, one of my favorite guitarists right now. I mean, always been, but like I said, he's like good wine. Yes, going to. Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen. Good Nick. Good Nick. Oh yeah, the Schenkers are really good, or Scorpion and all that. Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, back in those days, they had a whole lot of good guitarists. You are never short of bands that surprises you. I remember back then there was like bands like UFO. Some of you might be just as old as me. UFO, Humble Pie. There's this group that Peter Frampton used to be in. Yeah, great band. Or there's this group called Budgie, 3-piece band. Yep. So great groups, and they're always experimenting with stuff. Uriah Heep is one of the one of my favorite groups back then. Uriah Heep, Deep Purple, like I said, Bad Company, Foreigners were like they started out really good. The first album, Foreigners, was really good. You know, great melodies, real rock orientated band. But as they went further on, you know, they kind of got too commercialized. Yeah. Wow. You actually went to a Mr. back in '86. Cool. That must be a great concert. The guitar player for Mr. is a phenomenal player. Yes, Rush, of course. Who can forget Rush? The guitar player for Mr. was really good, and he's a master with his tremolo arm. Yeah. What would Jonathan Cole's signature guitar look like? I have no idea. Seriously, Orion, I have no idea how it would look like. Yes, Phantom was in Humble Pie. There's another group. Was it UFO? I remembered. You know what I remember about bands like this? The sound. And bands back there, they used to have a distinct sound of its own. Like Deep Purple would sound like Deep Purple because of Ian Pace. Or yes, Steve Harris. Very good, Kribar. You are like the walking encyclopedia. Yeah. So, thank you, brother. Like I was saying, like every band has its own distinct sound. Ian Pace was really good. He has his own drum sound. John Bonham, has his own signature sound in Led Zeppelin. Every band has like Queen, all these groups, these great groups. They have their own signature sound, and that was a magical time back then. And when technology took over everything, like Pro Tools and Auto-Tune and the plugins that we all have generically, every drum sound started to sound the same. Every guitar sound started to sound the same. So there's no difference, And it all started with the popular, in terms of guitars, the popular genres that we are listening to. Like we'll listen to a whole lot of West Coast music back then, and then we have Steve Lukather and Michael Landau setting the standard of how a guitar solo should sound like in an album. So everybody was following that sound. I remember a time when everybody was trying to mimic Michael Landau's chorus, tri-chorus thing, and couldn't pull it off because they forgot the fact that Michael Landau has really good guitars. Yeah, great guitars and great amps and great delays. So this is part of the whole setup of his sound. And everybody was trying to follow that, and then after a while, everybody has that generic sound. That's the problem. Chuck Rigger? No. Maybe I do. I don't know. It sounds so familiar. Well, Bart's Little Richard, yeah, passed away recently. Yeah, I don't think so, Kreebar. I think you know why I suspect, Kreebar, that you listen to a whole lot of music. Yeah, you're just like me. You listen to a whole lot of music, and age is catching up. So I tend to forget like certain names. Certain names will escape me every now and then. Yeah. You're talking about the solo for Beat It that was done by Van Halen. Lukather just did the bass and the riff. Yeah. For recording digital versus analog or both. Nowadays, there's no such thing as analog anyway. You don't see 2-inch tapes anymore, so it's all digital. Right? So if you're talking about microphone emulations, then there's a whole different ball game. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Jack. They've never played Jeopardy with him. You only listen to good music. Yeah, right. Okay, I believe you. There was one time I was so mad about West Coast music that I kind of like try my best to download what I can, from the net, from albums that I have no chance to listen to. I missed out a whole bunch of music. There was this whole bunch of West Coast albums that I never get to listen. And I finally got to listen to some of them. Some of them are pretty bad, but some of them are really good. Like this guy. I'm not gonna play any of the music here because I'm gonna have a copyright strike, right? So there are a couple of nice artists. Let me see now. I'm just gonna give you some names. You know, the other guy that you should check out is Bernie Taupin. Now, Bernie Taupin is the lyricist for Elton John. He has a partnership with Elton John for many years, and he actually had an album back in the 80s. I'm gonna give you the album name. It's called "He Who Rides the Tiger." There's Steve Lukather, all over the place. Incredible guitar playing. So if you like his playing, you might want to check out his album. "He Who Rides the Tiger," right? Bernie Taupin. There's this album that that I really like. I'm going to show you the name now if I can find it. Where's his name? Oh, good lord, I forgot his name. It's not here. Okay, I don't have his album here. There's another album that I really like. Is by this guy, an Australian, called Peter Allen. Yeah, Peter Allen is like wow, he's a bit flamboyant. He came out of the closet, you know, he's gay, but great songwriter. And there's this album that he had back in the 90s, and the album is called Bi-Coastal. Yeah, it's a tongue-in-cheek title, Bi-Coastal, because he's bisexual actually. And it has David Foster and Steve Lukather in the whole album. Great guitar playing, great arrangements, great songs. Right? That's a good one, Albert. Yes, John, Sue, what is, in your opinion, is your favorite solo performed live? You know what? The favorite solo performed live must be the one that Prince did for Purple Rain. You know, and that was, you know, Prince is a talent. You know, it's so sad that we lost him. You know, so early. He's a great talent. You know, and we can just a whole lot of talk about his lifestyle and all that, but you know, I don't care. He's a great artist, great guitar player, great musician all around. And the solo he did for the live version of Purple Rain was something else. You know. Yeah, so I'm gonna type down the albums that I mentioned just now. So the first one was Bernie Taupin, He Who Rides the Tiger. Right. The other one is by Peter Allen. Yes, he's really good. Missed him. So Peter Allen is you know, check out the album in iTunes or whatever, or even Spotify. You know, check out the album. These are all really good albums. This was the LA scene in this peak. You know, Jeff Porcaro was playing a whole bunch of songs in all this. You know, and some of the albums that I feature in you know, my 5 top albums. You know, they're all great albums. You know, even though they are from like sugar pop, like, you know, England Dan and John Fopp Coley and all that, but you know, great albums. Yeah. Wow, Rick, you saw Prince open for the Stones. Oh, cool. Ah, who threw tennis shoes at him? The fans? That's cruel. Oh, we're so sad. Oh yeah, I like Robin Ford too. I thought he's an incredible guitar player. You know, the first time Robin Ford caught my ears was in the Yellow Jacket album, the first Yellow Jacket album, and Robin Ford was playing guitar in that whole album, and he just he just captured my attention. His phrasing is so good, and the fact is he was a blues player, right? But he wasn't playing blues in the album. He was playing progressive rock, and I love his tone. He was using his Les Paul, if I'm not mistaken, and sometimes I think he uses his 335, and this sounded awesome. You know, wonderful phrasing, and so accurate. You know, and not easy music. No, the Yellow Jacket doesn't play easy music. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, and he pulled it off flawlessly. Yeah. Yeah. I saw him. I saw our. I saw one of his live stream. It's so cool. He just in his room, standing up with a guitar and just singing. And he's like a great musician, you know. Ah, that's a good one. Yes. Are what piece of music am I working on right now? I'm actually not working on anything because right now I'm actually doing I'm trying to help out the church right now because we're not attending church right now because of the lockdown. So we're having like online services, and I'm supposed to help with the online worship. So we're gonna do a song. Uh, well, I'm gonna do a rough arrangement and then sending out to the rest of the musicians so they can record all their parts at home, and we kind of piece it together and put it in a video. So that's one. And the other one is a project that my family. I have two girls who sings really well, and I have a friend who stays in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. He has two sons, and one of them is a phenomenal guitar player called Marcus, and the other is Nick, who plays the drums, and my son-in-law plays the drums. So we're trying to do something together. So yeah, watch out for it. I'll probably feature it once we get it done. Hi Ken. So you're from Ohio? Okay. I see you all the time. Yeah, in my channel. It's great to see you here. Uh, if I could have. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I mean, I'm lonely. You know, I'm lonely. So I'm glad to have you guys to keep me company. You know, the only people here that I interact with is my wife and my daughter and my son and my dogs. And I normally sleep real late, so when I get up it's in the afternoon, so don't have much time with them. And then there are reviews to do and YouTube videos to do, so I'm cooped up in this room all by myself, you know. So I get lonely at times. So you guys, you know, thank you for keeping me company. Yeah. Uh, if you could have another GNL, okay, I'll tell you what I want. I want a what I want. I want a what's that model? The Skyhawk, right? The Skyhawk. But I want it in a different grain of wood, and you know what? I'm planning to custom order a GNL Skyhawk one day. You know, hopefully when things get better. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a roasted maple neck on that one, and a good what's that what's that wood Tacoma or something like that. You know, there's this wood that GNL offers, really nice grain, and the finish has to be like kind of reddish thing, you know, reddish orange thing. And the Skyhawk actually comes in with three MFD single coils, if I'm not mistaken, or a double single double. But I want to have humbuckers in it, and I want the humbuckers to have split coil on it, you know, and it would look awesome. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for everything to die down so I can kind of customize order this GNL. Guitar tones on modern records that caught your ear. Good lord. Paramore. My daughter likes Paramore back then when she was young, a bit younger, and I thought Paramore has great guitar tones for certain songs. But I don't listen to modern music nowadays. I think I listen to a whole lot of country music nowadays, and they have great guitar tones coming up from the modern day country music. My favorite group was still is Little Big Town. Great songs, great singers, and great band. Brett Paisley is now my favorite. So is Keith Urban. I used to like Rascal Flatts. Still do. Great happening group. And then I found out that Dan Huff was producing most of the albums. So Grant Huff himself is a great guitar player. So anyway. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. Why the Skyhawk? Yes, Akumi. Thank you, Willful Thinker. Akumi, that's the wood. Why the Skyhawk? Because of the way it's the body shape, and then you have that little metal strip for the controls. It's so cool, and it reminds me of my Luke. I think there's a lot of things that is similar with the Luke. You must know that Leo Fender actually was with Music Man for a while. So the Luke takes after Leo's design, and it was I think it was realized in the Skyhawk, under CF, right? CF company, right? And so cool. And I really want a roasted maple neck on a G&L. I think it would be so nice. As it is, I love my G&L guitars because of as like I said, the material that they use. Cool. I think you guys are more up to date with the modern music than me. I'm an old man, so I listen to stuff that I'm comfortable with. I have a whole lot of record collections that some of the albums I haven't actually listened. But probably like bought the CD, listened to one or two songs, and just left it there. You know why I like to go cycling? Is because I can just put on my playlist, whatever is playing, whatever music I have in my iTunes, and just let it go. And then when I'm cycling in the middle of the night, I listen to all this and go, wow, so cool. What album is this? And I go back and listen to the whole album. So I love to cycle. I love to go cycling at night with my music. I think I would be very bored if I don't have music when I'm cycling these days. I started out without music, so it was okay, but ever since I bought this little speaker that I had, and that's it. It's a permanent fixture on my bike. Yeah, Vince Gill is a great guitar player, great singer, a great all-around performer. I'm a fan. Serious. I knew him first heard him in Blue Perry League, I'm mistaken. This was many years ago, right? Until now. Oh, Creebar, you don't listen to radio, but yet you know so much things. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to radio too. My wife would turn on the radio when she's cooking, and it's always on the old the old hits station where you play all the stuff. But the DJ will play stuff from the 80s, and that's my favorite channel. So we do actually hear new music. In the morning, it's always good to wake up. We built this city. What better song to wake up, right? We built this city on rock and roll. Oh, so good. Used to play that song live. Right? Little Ford with Ozzy and I Close My Eyes, a beautiful. Oh, Little Ford is a babe. Back then. I think she still is, What kind of bike do I ride? I have a giant propel. Yeah, a giant propel. It's a road bike. Yeah. Really? Lockdown ends tomorrow, so we'll be able to get on the bike again. Need to put on a few pounds. Oh. Yeah, to put off, you mean, not put on. If you're gonna put on, you'll probably stop at a coffee shop and just eat the cakes. Then you'll put on. You have to put off a few pounds. You don't like that song? I love that song so much. Why, Creebar? It's a great song. Oh, the other great song from Starship is Sarah. I love the song so much that I named my second daughter after that. After the song, Sarah. Yeah. Yeah, you need to lose a few pounds. Yeah, cycling is a good way to lose weight. I used to have a big tummy, back in 20. I'm pretty skinny in certain areas, but my tummy would just balloon out. Probably with age, as you hit 50 onwards. So I was doing this Blu-ray recording in Hong Kong for two or for four concerts, if I'm not mistaken. And my lifestyle was really bad because I was so stressed out with the work. Because I was a music director, I was a producer at the same time. So after the concert, I have to kind of like bring everything back to Singapore to mix it down, kind of re-record certain parts, if need to. And I was doing another album at the same time, so it was a very stressful time for me. And I had what do you call that? A viral attack, not a coronavirus, the shingles, right? So I had shingles. It was bad, It was going around my body, and it was so itchy, and at the same time I feel so weak. So that was that time when I felt that, hey, I need to do something about my health, because what's the point of playing guitar and living a good life when you don't have the health? And that's where I started taking lemon, pure lemon, and decided to exercise. But I don't like running because my knees couldn't take that pounding from the road. So I decided to ride a bicycle. And I went through a whole lot of bikes. In the end, I ended up with this giant Propel, this road bike, and I stuck with it ever since. But I should be cycling more than I should now. Than I am. I should be cycling a whole lot more. Especially in this lockdown, you tend to eat a whole lot. Yeah. And it's good to listen. Oh, Rick, it's a good thing, trying to learn old songs. I think we should just continue to learn stuff. Sometimes, when I'm listening to a piece of music, like the other day, I was hearing someone play. I forgot who is it. It was an old song, and that solo, "Goodbye to Love," yeah, Carpenter. I say goodbye to love, and there was this solo in the middle. Oh, beautiful solo, and I learned it. Yeah, I copy everything. Yeah, I know. Craig Kakiro, right? Yeah, he's an incredible guitarist. Yeah, I love him. I love the way he plays. Oh, you have a track? Cool. No. I seen the bikes. I seen the bikes in Decathlon. But I wanted a lightweight bike, so I save up enough to get a all carbon Propel. I was looking at the other one, from Giant too, but I settled on the Propel because kind of looked good, kind of looked cool. It was like love at first sight. Do I like Def Leppard? Unfortunately, no. I respect the drummer though, playing drums with one hand. I just find that Def Leppard is a bit too sugary. Pour your sugar on me. Yeah, it's a bit sugary. It's not really rock, yeah. Yes, Kribar. I hated running ever since I went in the army. And I just detest running for anything. And used to have like the Singapore Army used to have like a test every year, even when you're reserves, you have to come back for the test. And I hate to run. I just hate running. I like cycling. You know. Okay, guys. I think we should call it a night for me. And I think it's Sunday for you, right? So, are there things that you all need to do? What do you normally do on Sundays? I mean, I'm sure you have like family, right? You need to spend time with your family and stuff like that. Orion, you are very polite. I don't mind you calling me uncle. Some people might not like it because they don't want to be old. But you're a good boy, Orion. How old are you, Orion? Oh, Mother's Day. Yeah, yeah. Well, sadly, my mom passed away a couple of years back, so I miss her. Yeah. If you have a mother to kiss and hug, do it, man. Mothers are the best. Rick. Yes, Andrew, get a steak tonight. Yep. Okay. Bye, Willful. Bye, Pascal. Yes, the albums in the 80s are the best. The music in the 80s, for me, they're great, great music. Rolly, you gotta walk the dog. Oh, okay. Watch me. Yeah, go ahead, watch me. Oh yeah. In case you guys are missed out, I need to clarify certain things about the Patreon thing. I have no intention of like what I said in the last video of being commercialized in this channel. I believe my original motive for setting up this channel still stands today, that I want to help out musicians and play a bit of music, and that's always been my motive until now. Still is and will always be. The Patreon thing was set up as a way to kind of like finance little stuff like sort of microphones and gears that I have, especially the cameras. I just bought a camera lens, so in case you guys haven't noticed, the videos are starting to look a little bit more better because of the lens. And these are all expenses that I do, but I'm not justifying myself. These is the things that I want to spend. But I'm just like, if you have the ability to do to support me, go ahead and do it. But if you're in a financial situation, you're not able to do it, fine. Don't pressure yourself and don't put yourself under stress. I'm just putting out there so that people who have the finances can support me. Those who don't, it's okay. You're still supporting me with your love and your encouragement, and that I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. So just thought I'll clear the air, because when I first started announcing this, I had kind of like some quirky responses, and remarks like, am I gonna go commercialize, or I'm gonna gauge contents according to what people. No, I'm not gonna do that. I know there are some Patreon enable page that has different programs for different people who pay $50 a month, or I'm not gonna go there. It's just gonna be a flat thing. And if you have the resources, go for it. If you don't have, it's cool. I still love you. Doesn't mean I love you less. Buy that left. Oh, Creebar, 3 wheels. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to lose a mother. I lost my father when I was 26 years old, so I miss him until today. He's a great father. To lose my mom, is something else. Especially a mother who cares for you and who loves you. So, Orion, you're 39 years old. You're a good boy at 39 years. Good, good. 蛮有礼貌的哈，蛮感谢。Yeah, thank you. Good night, that love. Creebar, I need to do a video on how to approach modes. Oh, I haven't done anything yet. Let me learn more about modes before I start teaching people. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Good night, everybody. You guys take care. Don't do things that I wouldn't do. And even with some of you guys in the state that kind of like have the lockdown relaxed, be safe. There's no harm. There's no shame in wearing a mask. So when you're out in the supermarket or in public transport, wear a mask. All right. Be safe. Be safe. You guys take care. All right. God bless. Ciao.